PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
The PIHL is on TenbandTV. Tonight from the Ice Castle, a Class AAA matchup between South Hills rivals as the Upper St. Clair Panthers host the Peters Township Indians. Good evening and welcome to PIHL High School Hockey Night live on TBTV. Matt Vandriak, center ice with you here tonight. Peters Township, they come in 6-2-1 overall, 19 points. The Indians tied with Pittsburgh Central Catholic currently for second place in AAA. They sit 7 points behind first place Seneca Valley. Upper St. Clair 4-5-2, 13 points for the Panthers. They are tied for sixth place with Pine Richland and are 2 points behind fifth place Thomas Jefferson and 3 points behind fourth place North Allegheny. Peters Township, they've scored 32 goals so far this season, averaging 3.6 goals per game. They've allowed 27 goals against, an average of 3.0 goals against. The Indians are tied for sixth in AAA in goal scoring. They've allowed the third least amount of goals against. For Upper St. Clair, it's the opposite of Peters Township. The Panthers have scored 27 goals so far this season, an average of 2.5 goals per game. They've allowed 32 goals against, an average of 2.9 goals against. Upper St. Clair eighth in goal scoring in the classification and tied for fifth lowest in goals allowed. Second meeting of the season between these two teams. Peters Township won 3-1 on November the 18th at South Point. Upper St. Clair led 1-0 after the first period on a Nevin Sheegan-Sanowski goal, but Peters Township scored twice in the second period on goals from Brendan Monco and Jake Hilwadi, then iced the game on an empty net goal from Zach Manili. Shayla Magna recorded 2 assists for the Indians, while Tony Herman stopped 26 of 27 shots. Owen Laurent stood on his head for Upper St. Clair. He turned aside 38 of the 40 shots that he faced. To the left is Peters Township, the road team, decked out in the white, red, and black. Right to left, the host Panthers will move. They're decked out in the home black with the white and red trim. Peters Township, they've won 2 in a row, and 3 of their last 4 games coming into tonight. Upper St. Clair, they come in on a 2-game winning streak as well. USC defeating North Allegheny 1-0 in a shootout in their last game on November 24th. Owen Laurent perfect in goal through regulation and overtime. He stopped all 24 shots that he faced. Upper St. Clair, their back-to-back victories, both were shootout wins as they defeated Mount Lebanon here before Thanksgiving, a game that we had for you on TenbandTV, where the Panthers came back from a 3-goal deficit to win in OT and the shootout. Peters Township, they defeated Mount Lebanon 3-1 last Tuesday. Jake Hilwadi and Brady Holler each had a goal and an assist in the win. Tony Herman stopped 22 of the 23 shots he faced to backstop the victory as well. Talk a little bit more about the teams and the players to watch here tonight as we get settled in for this one. You may notice the teams are lined up, or are going to line up here at center ice. Tragedy striking the Upper St. Clair community and the Upper St. Clair hockey community this week with the tragic and untimely passing of Connor McQuaid. Connor graduated in 2024. He's class of 2K24, played hockey here for Upper St. Clair, and it's been a very tough week for the USC community. You can see Connor's jersey being laid down at center ice as the players circle around, and we'll pause here briefly for a moment of silence as well.
We ask that you please join the USC Hockey family in a moment of silence as we honor the complete family
Show of solidarity between these two sides as we get ready to face this one off in memory of Connor McQuaid, Upper St. Clair class of 2024. His jersey hanging on the bench over there at the USC team. A very somber moment and somber time here for the Upper St. Clair hockey community and family as well. I send our prayers and best wishes and thoughts to everybody who's close to Connor and especially to Connor's family in this very difficult time. Players on the ice to keep an eye on here tonight. Peters Township, they're led by the dynamic duo of Shayla Magna, 7 goals and 7 assists, and Jake Kilwati, 5 goals and 9 assists, each player with 14 points on the season. Blake Ivanchik, third on the team in scoring. He has 9 points, 3 goals, and 6 assists. Tony Herman, he's in the goal to our left. He's short of the load for the Indians this season. 5-1-1 in the campaign, 2.40 goals against average, and a .905 save percentage. In the net to our right, it's Owen Laurent. He's played every minute in goal so far this season for Upper St. Clair. Laurent 4-5-2 on the season, a 2.61 goals against average, .913 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Left to right, Peters Township. The visitors will move. Right to left, USC will go. Sticks down, puck down. We're underway in the South Hills. Second of 2 meetings between these Route 19 rivals. Peters Township getting the Duke 3-1 on November 18th. And here they come up the right side. It's Carter Manili. Manili trying to work his way through 2 USC defenders. Back behind the net, it's Jake Tier. Trying to backhand it out here for Upper St. Clair. 4-man scrum in the lower right corner. Puck pried loose, pushed back behind the USC net, but the Upper St. Clair defense started to turn it back the other way. Ryan Sparra can't get it out, fed back towards the net on a long shot there by Eric Schleiper. Deflected away by the defense of the Panthers, and out it comes. Chipping it across center red is Nevin Sheegan-Sanowski. Had a huge game when we were here a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was last week, the 20th, right before Thanksgiving. That would have been 2 weeks ago. Calendars and math not my strong point. Sanowski was strong that night, powering Upper St. Clair to that come-from-behind victory over Mount Lebanon in the shootout. And here comes Sanowski up in front, taken down on a good body check there by Peters Township's Cole Newpaver. And Newpaver all about physicality, jumping on the ice after a strong season, winning the Class 5A football championship with the Peters Township Gridiron team. That was very close to winning in the PIHL semifinals as well. Shot towards the net, deflected wide to the near boards. Newpaver finds it. Newpaver taken down, no whistle though, and that allows Peters Township centering feed. Newpaver tried to turn it over. Back to the left point it comes. Angelo Mayetta. Point-to-point pass from the right point. Save made. No rebound as Jack Kubastik got it on. And a good stop by Owen Laurent, who is in the game. Upper St. Clair, they're letting points by Nico Gallardini. He has 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points in the season. They're letting goals by Nevin Sheegan-Sanowski. He has 6 goals to go with 2 assists, 8 points on the campaign for NSS. Big hit from the faceoff. Bringing the boom for USC was Cooper Stutzman. Peters Township's done a nice job of keeping the puck in the Upper St. Clair zone to get this one started. Back behind the net, around it goes. And we see for USC, Jake Tier. Going to float this one over center red. Goes the length, but was touched at the red line, so no icing on the play. And Peters Township reverses. Jack Kubastik. Back to center red, picked off by Tier. Here comes Tier, gets a step on a man, gets taken down. And the officials say play on. Back into the USC zone it goes. Owen Taylor sends it ahead to Stutzman. Stutzman looks to play over at center red. Up the left side here. Sam Kashani dumps it in, taken away by Peters Township's Joe Sadowski. Around the horn it goes. Bodies bang along the far boards. Peters Township's Zach Manili in there. Zach, the elder of the Manili brothers. Senior is Zach. Sophomore is Carter. Back the other way. 2-on-1 develops and well defended by Upper St. Clair's Quinn Castle to break that up. Now back the other way, an opportunity. Yassine Al-Salani turns it around, but nobody there. All the way back into the USC zone. And out of play. Going to whistle here. It's Ian Stubenrock. Touched by a high stick by the Indians. Will face it off at center red. Just about 3.5 into this opening period. No score here yet between these two South Hills rivals. Face-off won by Peters Township. Bounced here through the red line. Justin Schuster for USC turns it all the way back to the PT net. And Tony Herman will cover that and hold for the drop. Face-off in the visitor zone to our left. Clean win. Schuster from the left point. Shoots blocked. Nice job getting in front of it, and now back the other way for Peters Township is Blake Ivanchik, but the pass too far. Should have called it offside, so surprising. I thought it was icing, but been wrong before. Probably wrong again. Back to the Peters Township zone, the drop. And this time a defensive zone win for Peters Township. Eric Schleiper wraps it around the boards for the far side. Puck touch with a high stick by USC. That gives Ivanchik the chance to cover it up here. Brady Ivanchik dropping it back here to Schleiper. In front of us we see bodies bang as Schuster steps into Hilawati. Around the horn it goes. Back to the left point. Looking it over. Through traffic. Score! Brendan Monco with the rip from the left point. And Peters Township draws first blood. Not sure if it was touched in front or not. Monco the first in line to celebrate. And Peters Township on the board with 12:51 left here in the opening period. The Indians out to a 1-0 lead. Traffic in front of Owen Laurent there. Not sure that he saw it. The puck may have hit a USC player and redirected. But a good point shot there. And in for Peters Township's Brendan Monco. Come the Indians again. See if they can build off of this early goal, add some momentum to it. Puck played back to the Peters Township net. Herman will stick it away. Lead feed up the left side. Good speed here for Brady Holleran. Holleran cut off on a good defensive play by Jake Tier. Coming back, wrister coming, blockered out of play by Laurent. On a good look there for Peters Township, as the opportunity was there for Cole Newpaver. Upper St. Clair, they're coached by Dave Stock. Peters Township, usually coached by Chris Claxon, but tonight it's Cliff Bumford who's coaching. Twice in 2 years. Chris Claxon was the scratch. Cliff Bumford was the coach, and I was here to cover both of them. So, Cliff, if you want to be the head coach, just have me do all the games. Back to the left point. Peters Township through traffic, redirect, and it just misses. Indians getting good looks in front. Chipped up and over the net there by Che LaMagna. Tight shot from the right circle there. And that's Holleran who misses. USC trying to break out. Up the right side for the Panthers. See Ruffner dump. Circle back, drops it to the point, able to keep it in. And Ruffner and company going to change as the Panthers get a fresh line out here. So Hilwadi and Ivanchik get the assist. Monco gets the goal. And Peters Township scoring first at the 4:09 mark of this opening period. So if it deflected off anything, it hit a Panther. But Monco with that point blast. And Peters Township so far in this game has done a nice job with his point looks. They've had open shots and done a good job. As Stutzman gets pinballed between two Peters Township players. Cross-ice pass cut off. And the Indians bringing it back the other way. Here comes Tommy Dowden. Dowden dumps it around. Stutzman finds it, but has his pocket picked, and a good play there by Mateo Hardobi. Up the left side, this will be icing, and the face-off back into the visitor zone to our left with 10:41 left here in the opening period. From the draw, just missing the Panthers. Taylor from the left point. Going to feed it down and around, back behind the net here. And Ryan Sparrow. Good centering feed. Tier with the shot deflected in the pad. Save made as Tier put it on. And Herman, that is, with a good stop. Another tough angle shot. Herman makes another save. Puck loose in the slot. Following up there was Segan Shanowski. And he almost tallied from inside that left circle. Out it comes. Upper St. Clair trying to find the exit here. Up the right side. Good move. In tight. Score! Upper St. Clair gets the equalizer. And Nico Gallardini. Some sweet moves and the finish. USC gets the equalizer. 9:28 left in the period. About 3 seconds tipped off the clock there, so we're going to roll that back up. Monco netting his second for Peters Township to get the party started. Gallardini just scoring his sixth to tie it up. And a pretty goal by Gallardini. So he made the moves and then was able to get one past Herman as well. Puck played back into the USC zone. Quinn Castlin retreats, passing it over here to the near side. Justin Schuster finds it out. Here comes an opportunity now for Connor Ruffner. Ruffner enters. Puck goes all the way to the Peters Township net. And Tony Herman will cover that up and hold. We'll wait for the official announcement. They actually did announce the goal last time, too, so I may not have to even consult the website tonight. PIHL here at the Ice Castle. Top guys. Puck play to the net, and Herman cuts it off. So Gallardini does get the goal. And we'll do the draw in the visitor zone to our left. From the draw, pushed right towards the net and just missing was USC there. Point-to-point pass here to the circle. Sanowski with the shot. Save made as he got a good look from in tight. Nevin Sheegan Sanowski pays it in front. Net off the moorings as USC had an opportunity there as well. So Gallardini assisted by Quinn Caslin at the 7:34 mark of the period to tie the game. 4:09, it was Brendan Monco for Peters Township, Blake Ivanchik, and Jake Hilwati on the assists for the Indians. Face-off in the left dot, won by Peters Township. Jake Kubistek all the way back into the neutral zone. Cut off, taken away. Chase LaMagna dumping into the USC zone. Jake Tier for USC. Tries to find an exit up the right side. Lead feed. Here comes an opportunity for Sparrow. Sparrow, drop pass. Tier tried to take it, turns it over, and LaMagna going to come back the other way. LaMagna down the right wall as a man going towards the net. Puts it in front and just misses the stick of Newpaver. There's Upper St. Clair. Avoids disaster there. Peters Township took that drop pass and almost turned it into something. Back behind the net. Newpaver working hard. He runs into the net, though. And now USC going to try to find an out. Backhand feed off the glass. This one going to go the length of the rink, and it'll be icing against the Panthers. Face-off back into the home zone to our right with 7:34 left here in period number one. Face-off in the right wing circle. One back to the point. Shot towards the net and wide there by Jack Kubistek. And around the horn we go. USC can't clear. Stolen away there by Tommy Dowden. Dowden dumps to the corner. USC tries to find it out. All the way around it goes. Players battle along the left boards. Tom Yossi in there for Peters Township. Bouncing puck ends up coming back to Yossi. He can't put it on the net, though. As Peters Township buzzing a little bit now, back behind the net. Mateo Hardeby around and out. Back to the PT line it comes. Kubistek takes it there for the Indians. Banks it off the boards in front of us. Yossi can't handle it. Yossi gets a second crack and skate it down this time, and he'll dump and chase. Back behind the net, Brooks York around to the near side. USC tries to exit. Peters Township drops it back. Both teams go to line change to get fresh troops out there. All the way around to the far side, it's taken down. Jordan Luca gets it just out over the blue line. Peters Township dumps in. They got a touch up to get back on side. As Dan Kovac, the Indians captain, put that one in. Lead feet up the right side, too strong for Luca. And it'll be an icing call against Upper St. Clair with the faceoff back into the Panthers zone to our right. Just about 11 minutes played here in this opening period. Teams exchanging goals. Brendan Monco for Peters Township, tallying the first goal at the 4:09 mark of the period. Nico Gallardini gets the equalizer for USC at the 7:24 mark. Face-off won by Peters Township. Back to the left point, and Joe Sadowski dumps it in and around. Along the right corner, Blake Ivanchik tries to push it back. Looking for a centering feed. Ivanchik finds the puck as it was taken off an attempted clear. Skates all the way across the rink to the left side. Ivanchik will dump it down low. Behind the net now, Hilwadi brings it out. Hilwadi still with the puck, plays it off a USC player, but out of the zone. Good work there by Sam Kashani. And back the other way. Centering try. It's a Peters Township player and almost trickles towards the net. Ruffner tried to set it up. Alertness there by Herman, though, to watch that deflection come off his defenseman. And now we see Jordan Luca dump it in. Big check in the corner. So Luca imposes his will on Matt Urban. Peters Township able to get it out in front of the visitors' bench. They'll dump it back into the USC zone. Spinning away here for Upper St. Clair. A second chance to get it out. Here comes Kashani. Trying to put that puck ahead. Looking for Holden Taylor. Peters Township cuts it off. Loose puck in the zone. Back for the Indians there is Blake Ivanchik. Ivanchik moves it ahead. Here comes Hilwadi. 1-on-3, and Hilwadi stood up. Good center ice play there by Quinn Caslin. And USC will get it back. Slowing it down to the Panthers. Puck chipped. Puck loose, almost stolen. Peters Township had some fresh troops coming on, and Dan Kovac almost got a good opportunity out of it. USC lead feed on the right side of the red line, though, for the Panthers. Peters Township not going to be so lucky as they ice the puck and the face-off back into the visitor zone to our left. 4:34 left here in the opening period. Face-off won by USC in the offensive zone. Back now comes Peters Township. Backhand pass. And now loose in front. Big save by Laurent. As Nicholas Caputo had a great chance in front. They call him bumpy, but that shot was smooth. USC back the other way. Rising wrister fought off the glove of Laurent. On a good look there. For Upper St. Clair's Nevin Sheegan-Sanowski, the leading goal scorer for this team. So good looks on both sides. And both goaltenders coming up with stops to keep this one tied at 1. Face-off won by USC. Back to the right point. Floater redirected just wide to hit a couple of things. Not sure who may have got the last stick on it there for the Panthers. I think it was York. As Peters Township brings it back. Wrister sticked aside. Good try there for Shea LaMagna. LaMagna looks it over to the left point. Shot coming, save made by Laurent as Angelo Maeda put that one on. Back out the other way, breakout, chipped on. As Weston Engelbert tried to make a self-pass. Back the other way comes Peters Township, Brady Holleran. He's rubbed out on a big body check on the far side by Jake Tier. 2-on-3 back the other way. Tier going to go coast to coast, skates through a check. Here comes Tier, finally fought off on a good defensive play by Maeda, allowing his defense partner, Jack Kubastek, to take it away. Peters Township dumps it deep. Ian Steubenrock for USC. Going to break it out at the right side. Steubenrock gets through the first man, gets through a second. Steubenrock back into the Peters Township zone, top of the circle. Shot coming, pass save made as Tony Herman turns it aside. Steele. Stutzman puts it on. Herman keeps it out. Back to center red. And into the USC zone it goes. Loose puck in the circle. Luca passing it over to the far side. Shot coming, stick to side. As Owen Taylor put it on, Herman equal to the task, using the timber to knock that one away from the net. Back behind the net now for Peters Township. See Matt Urban clearing it out of the zone. Bodies bang in front of the Peters Township bench. Tommy Dowden in on the scrum there for Peters Township. Back the other way comes USC. Quinn Castlin dumps it all the way around, hustling in, and able to keep it at the point, then pushed away. It was Gallardini. Now a nice feed, but just out of the reach of Sam Kashani. Back the other way. Chipped ahead of Ivanchuk. Down the right side as he chips the puck to himself. Circles back at the boards now. Takes to the point as Ivanchuk. Looking for a trailer. Has his intended pass taken away from Gallardini, then dumped back in by the Peters Township goal-getter, Brendan Monco. Outlet here. Nice skating by Spera. Here comes Spera leading the charge up the right side. Long shot blocked away. And we have a whistle here. And we're going to get our first penalty of the game. And a cross check coming up here. And Gallardini going to be the guilty party for Upper St. Clair. Sorry, not Gallardini, but it is Gallardini. Yep, he's guilty of the cross check. That will send Upper St. Clair to the penalty kill. Up Peters Township to the power play. Indians power play, clicking at a 19% conversion rate this season. Upper St. Clair, their penalty kill, a 77.1 kill rate. Last game between these sides, Peters Township went 1 for 3 with the man advantage against the Panthers. USC was 0 for 3 on the night. And that power play goal was a big difference because Peters Township had that 2-1 lead late in regulation before icing that November 18th game away with the ENG en route to the 3-1 victory. Face off again in the Panther zone to our right. Face off won by Peters Township. Blake Ivanchuk in the final minute of the period. Stolen and cleared by Upper St. Clair. Good work over there by Weston Engelbert. Back into the PT zone it goes. Indians set it up, and they'll break it out. 30 seconds into this power play. Good hustle here by Monco, who has the only Peters Township goal. Tries to wrap it around. Cut off, well defended by Schuster for USC. Battle into the corner now. Peters Township has it. Back to the point it comes. Shot through traffic, blocked. As not Yossi, but Schleiper tried to put it on. And it was blocked by Spera. Peters Township comes away with it. Carter Manili, 22 seconds left in the period. 1:03 on the power play. Backhanded wide of the net there by Ivanchuk. Gathered up by Upper St. Clair. Good keep for a second by Monco, but then the second opportunity there cleared out by Ryan Spera. All the way back to the PT zone. And we have a whistle here away from the play. I think the officials said the period was actually over, so that clock mishap kept some time on the clock, so there's your horn. Now it's official. 17 minutes of hockey here in the books at the Ice Castle. Peters Township with a 43-second power play remaining whenever we come back. You're watching PIHL High School Hockey Night live on 10 Band TV.
a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart. Shop local.
They move right to left because we switch sides that period. And Jake Tier going to send it the length of the rink. Back to the Peters Township net in the zone to my right. No dyslexia here, I promise. At least I don't think so. Peters Township breaks it out. There they come up the right side. It's Brady Holleran. Final 5 of this power play. Holleran all the way in. Centers, nobody home. Loose puck set up. Wrister coming. Laurent makes the stop as the penalty expires. Jack Kubastek was set up well. And Laurent keeps it out. And USC gets the kill. 2 on the board, 1 aside in that opening period. For Peters Township, they open the scoring at the 4:09 mark of the opening frame. Brendan Monco from Blake Ivanchik and Jake Hilwadi. Upper St. Clair gets the equalizer at 7:24. Nico Gallardini tallying from Quinn Caslin as this one bounces off the boards. So Peters Township, the only power play that carried over into the second period, and they are 0 for 1 on the night. Gallardini had a pretty goal to tie it up. Good feed here. Spera trying to juggle that puck. Able to track it down. Finds Gallardini. Gallardini has a man in front of Sheegan Sanowski. Goes back to Steubenrock at the point instead. Steubenrock floater. Knocked down by Newpaver. Turn back. Newpaver works in his own zone. Tireless. Cole Newpaver. The alternate captain on this team. Again, Newpaver, a member of the Peters Township football team, the one Whippio Gold in Class 5A. That big come from behind. 20-19 victory over Pine Richland at Acrisure Stadium. As this is backhanded towards the net and stopped. Spera put it on, and Herman covers it up. We'll face it off again. In the PT zone, 2 all right. Terrell won by the Panthers. Trying to set it up along the boards is Taylor and cue up the AC/DC. He just got thunderstruck by Nicholas Caputo. Down the left side, Peters Township feeds it ahead, bouncing puck. Peters Township trying to keep it in. Puck is cleared out. Kashani couldn't find it, but Monco will. Caputo at center red, trying to chip it to himself. Caputo watches as USC dumps it in. Good recovery there by Owen Taylor, who took that hit from Caputo. Could say it was a bumpy ride for Taylor. Nicholas Caputo's nickname is Bumpy. One of the best nicknames in hockey, if you ask me. Remember him from last year. Peters Township back to Monco. He'll dump it down and around. Taylor will find it. Caputo gave himself a bumpy ride there, but finds the puck in tight. Save made as Laurent hugs that far post. So Caputo missing that check was a blessing because the puck ends up right on his stick. And now a 3-on-1 back the other way for USC. Drop pass, shot on, fired just wide. As Yassine Al-Shahani just missed. Back the other way, Peters Township a backhander, and that one misses as well. It's Al-Salani. Apologize for the mispronunciation. I knew I was going to get one wrong tonight. Lead pass again. And Upper St. Clair, 3-on-1, but too many guys converge in the same area. Now a 3-on-2 back the other way for Peters Township, but the pass behind the intended recipient, Carter Manili. Hilwadi throws it down the boards. Manili finds it, tries to backhand it out. Upper St. Clair gets in the way. Ivanchik finds it, dropping it back. Long shot from the point, fired wide by Sadowski. And Upper St. Clair kind of hemmed up, but able to get it out and get it clear. Both teams want to get a fresh line on behind the play. Hilwadi at center red. Good chip ahead. Opportunity, Ivanchik looks it over wrister. Save made by Laurent, who used his head literally to make that stop on Blake Ivanchik. USC back with a chance. Tight angle shot, stick save made as Brooks York put it on. Caslin from the point through traffic. Save made. Rebound covered. Herman able to get the glove on and then cover it up. As both teams go back and forth. And the goaltenders keeping this one staked at 1 with 12:48 left here in the opening period. Shots on goal in the opening period. Upper St. Clair out shooting Peters Township 12-7. Shots are even at 1 apiece, so that may not be completely updated here in the second frame. Let's see if we can refresh that for you. So 4-2 USC with the edge in shots. 16-9 the edge in the game for the Panthers. So Tony Herman been the busier of the two keepers, kind of the opposite of the way this one went the last time these teams played. Herman stopping 26 of 27 in that Peters Township 3-1 victory on November 18th. Laurent busy, stopping 38 of 40 in the losing effort for USC. Steubenrock from the right point. Tries to wrap and dump it around. Back behind the upper St. Peters Township. That is USC. Sheegan Sanowski tries to push it over to the wall. Down low. And over to the wall again it goes. Sheegan Sanowski to Spera. Spera from his knees finds Sheegan Sanowski. Good centering pass. Score! Nico Gallardini puts the mesh in motion. Back in 1993, there was a group called Rex and Effects that had a song called Rump Shaker. Gallardini on his rump, shaking it home. And Peters Township trails 2-1 as Gallardini has 2. And USC on top by a goal with 12:18 left here in this second period. Believe Sheegan Sanowski will get the assist. We'll wait for confirmation as Upper St. Clair takes the lead. Peters Township going to dump in, and they're going to need to get back on side as that's slapped around by Monco. Kashani circling back behind his net now for the Panthers. Off the skates of Jordan Luca. And Ruffner going to find it back the other way. Here comes Connor Ruffner. Ruffner hit hard in the corner by Monco, but able to spin away from it. Luca joins the fray, like David and Goliath down there with Luca and Ruffner. Teammates. So Nevin Sheegan Sanowski gets the assist. He gets the only assist. So 2 for Gallardini. Sheegan Sanowski sets it up. Upper St. Clair on top 2-1. And someone needs their medication, it sounds like, over there. Peters Township coming away with its centering try. Penalty coming up. And the Indians are second crack of the power play through traffic. Shot fought off on that opportunity there for Peters Township. Kubastek put it on in tight off the outside of the net. There's Holleran, who had the good opportunity in front and drew the penalty. And USC going to head back to the sin bin for the second time tonight as Peters Township will have their second power play try. York in the box. Thank you. And that will send cross-checking again the call. And Peters Township back to the power play. 0 for 1 on the night as USC gets the clear. And they send it the length. Sheegan Sanowski in tight as Herman wasn't sure what to do there. He left it with a soft dump. And Sheegan Sanowski hopped on and shot it from in tight, and a good pad save made by Herman, who's had a busy night so far for Peters Township. Oh, losing an edge right in front of us here. Mayetta blows a tire. And back the other way comes Schleiper. Tier lays the boom in front. Redirect goes just wide. Pretty pass. But Carter Maneely deflects it just wide of the cage. Out with it through center red. And now an opportunity. Ivanchik looks it over. Ivanchik, stick check. Good defensive play. And Caslin breaks it up and gets the clear. Dumping it in. And Stubenrock lost his handle on it in front of his net. 35 seconds remain on this Peters Township power play. Second try of the night for the Indians. Trying to knot this game up. Carter Maneely to the right point. Now to Monco. Looks it over. Big shot. Save made. Laurent finds the rebound and covers. As Monco was looking for his second of the night. And the door closed by Owen Laurent. Back to the point, Monco. A point-to-point pass, right circle try, deflected up and out of play. Faceoff will stay in the USC zone to our left with 15 seconds remaining on this Upper St. Clair power play. Peters Township wins the draw, and it's chipped out. Good defensive work there by Sheegan Sanowski. 5 seconds remain, and Peters Township breaks the zone. Holler in a good feed, but Newpaver cut off. He's going to find the puck as the Panthers are back to even strength. Monco at the point. Looks, shoots, pad save made with traffic in front. The rebound cleared back. Monco shoots again, blocked. As York out of the box gets involved in the play and breaks it up. And now Gallardini, who has both USC goals, chasing after the puck. Shouldered into the corner there as he bodies up against Jack Kubistek. Newpaver trying to go through everybody. Newpaver over here to the left side. Holleran allows the puck to go to LaMagna. Comes back now to Holleran. To the right point, chipped over here to the left side. Monco shot blocker save made by Laurent. Back behind the Peters Township net. Indians look it over. They set it up. In front. Where's it at? The goaltender doesn't know, but Laurent unconsciously stopped it. Still loose and Laurent on top of it as bodies bang in the paint. So Laurent didn't realize that puck was under him or in his equipment and was still loose. And Peters Township trying to push it and maybe the keeper in as well, but Laurent and the Panthers able to keep it out. Quick shout out here to say hello to Ken Short. He's watching from Virginia tonight. And that's shot at in Pittsburgh East. He's also alternate head coach Cliff Bumford's father. So Ken, in Virginia, 1, I hope it's warmer there. And 2, thanks for tuning in. And 3, Cliff's totally trying to get brownie points by telling me that before the game. Played back into the Peters Township zone, icing the call against USC. Back into the USC zone to our left. 8:06 left here in period number 2. Upper St. Clair on top 2-0. 2 goals from Nico Gallardini. His 6th and 7th on the season. Those goals coming after Peters Township's Brendan Monco tallied his 3rd of the campaign to stake the Indians to the early lead. USC knotted up 3 minutes later and got the only goal of the second period as well. Ruffner back the other way, trying to work his way around the Peters Township defense. Bodies bang in the corner. Luca tries to turn it back. And Peters Township gets it out. 2-on-1 developing. Up the right side, Schleiper has a man go to the net. Save made, rebound kept out as Caputo was looking for that puck, but Laurent has it under control. We'll do it again, draw on the left side. Fresh line out here for USC. Panthers win the faceoff and cleared out. This one's going to bounce all the way wide of the net. And an icing call against the Panthers brings it back into the home zone to our left. And we'll face it off to the left of Upper St. Clair goaltender Owen Laurent. Clean win, shot on, stick save made. As from the circle, good look there for Tommy Dowden. Better save by Laurent. Both of these keepers have been sharp here tonight. Laurent one better right now than his counterpart. Centering try, loose puck, still loose, battling for it. Puck poked free. Yossi couldn't turn it over. As both Yossi and Mateo Hardeby had a good chance for Peters Township, but neither could get it on the net. USC dumps it back. Out it comes, across the rink. Nice job there by Upper St. Clair's Quinn Caslin to cut off Angelo Maeda. Then dump it back into the Peters Township zone. Jack Kubistek gets it out, maybe a little too far. Icing is waved off, so clean play there for the Indians. They get a chance to chase after the puck now. Big hit behind the net, and that's going to be a penalty. As turned away from the play there for USC was Taylor, as he was taken there by Tommy Dowden. And Dowden's going to be either called for interference or boarding. They'll give Upper St. Clair their first try with the power play here tonight. USC on the season, 26.9% conversion rate on the power play. Peters Township, an 82.6% kill rate. Upper St. Clair was 0 for 3 with the man advantage in the opening meeting between these sides back on November 18th. So Upper St. Clair up 1 now with the man advantage. To the point, Sheegan Sanowski. To the right point now to Schuster. Schuster drifts towards the wall. Back to Sheegan Sanowski, spins, and then dumps it down the left side. Gallardini. Down low. Stutzman. So it's checking from behind, and a 10-minute misconduct tacked on as well. So Dowden gets the 2 and the 10. Only the 2 counts as power play time. And USC working with it here. Schuster looks, tries to feed it to the net, blocked away. Hustling after it there for Peters Township, who got the block there as well with Schleiper, but he can't get it out. Sheegan Sanowski behind the net. Gallardini looks it over. There's big Jordan Luca in front of the net. The sophomore, number 89. To the net, backhander, save made. Stutzman walked it in, and Herman equal to the task. Kept in Schuster into the circle. Gallardini, who has both USC goals. To the left point, Sheegan Sanowski's shot is blocked, and that one hits the rafters up top. And we'll stay in the PT zone to our right. 55 seconds remaining on this Upper St. Clair power play. .5:18 left in the period. 55 ticks remaining on the first Upper St. Clair power play try of the night. Peters Township's had 2 power play chances. They're 0 for the evening. Face-off win by the Indians, but they can't get it out. Good job by Sheegan Sanowski at the left point to keep it in. USC sets it up. Drifting back here is Tier. Down low. Tier. Little give and go. In front of the net. Caslin trying to bang it in. Save made by Herman. Loose puck to Tier. Shot. And it's fought off. I think it was blocked in front. I'm not sure if Herman got a piece of it or not. But Jake Tier couldn't put it home. Sheegan Sanowski with the final 20 seconds remaining on the Upper St. Clair power play. The Panthers have kept Peters Township hemmed in, but the penalty kill and the goaltending of Tony Herman have kept the Panthers off the board. Shot from the left wall, blocked in front. I think it didn't get through to the keeper. Sheegan Sanowski through traffic, save made. Herman, rebound cleared out. Peters Township gets the kill. We're back to even strength. All the way around. Banking it off the boards there is Ruffner. Sheegan Sanowski's been here a long time, but he calls for the puck. Walks in, tough angle shot, blocked. Nice job by Peters Township's Jack Kubistek to block it. Indians going to clear this one out and get some fresh troops on as Upper St. Clair had the Indians hemmed up. Great opportunities. but the Peters Township penalty killing goaltender, Tony Herman, keep USC off the board. Puck dumped back into the Peters Township zone. Monco lead feed up the right side. LaMagna to the net, save made, rebound, and is kept out. First, the big save by Laurent, who went to Splitsburg, stretching out to make that stop, and then a huge block in front by the defense. Justin Schuster keeps it out on a good follow-up try there for Peters Township. Team effort shown there by USC to keep the 1-goal lead. Huge save made by Laurent, and then Justin Schuster behind his keeper makes that save. So the defenseman transitions to goaltender briefly. Peters Township so close to tying it. Face-off win, Newpaver. Down to LaMagna. It was LaMagna who made that move, and then Newpaver thought he had the empty net. Staring at a yawning cage, but Schuster got in front of him. Newpaver shot blocked as Tier gets a piece of it. Centering try, looking for LaMagna in front of the net. Good feed. Newpaver tries to turn it over, can't. Well defended on the play again by Tier. Back the other way now. Kashani, dump and chase into the corner. Peters Township's Schleiper takes it away. And Newpaver drops it for Holleran. Holleran breaks the zone. Good pass. LaMagna cut off by Tier. He's playing a very strong defensive game. A senior, Jake Tier. Kashani, 1-on-2 back the other way. Loses his handle on it. Luca tries to bear down on Peters Township, Shea LaMagna. Giveaway. Kashani, shot blocked and knocked the stick out of Peters Township's Eric Schleiper's hands. LaMagna tries to chip it to himself, looking to put it around Steubenrock. Steubenrock comes back. Dumps it all the way back towards the Peters Township zone. Schleiper will chase with a USC player bearing down on him, that being Spera, Ryan Spera. And Peters Township will ice it with 2:21 left here in the period. Upper St. Clair on top, 2-1. Both goals for the Panthers. Off the stick of their leading point getter, Nico Gallardini, who now takes over the team leading goals as well. He passes up Nevin Sheegan-Sanowski. He had 6 coming in. Gallardini now with 7. Face-off push back into the PT zone. Try to clear it up the left side. Can't get it out, though. Upper St. Clair keeps it in. Pushed back towards the net by Schuster. This pass too far. Icing called. Face-off back into the visitor zone to our right. .205 left here in period number 2. And it's Peters Township trailing. Upper St. Clair 2-1. Face-off won by PT. This one hits the rafters. So that's 2 rafter pucks here tonight. Both of them came back down. Face-off at center red. Indians win it back to their zone. Kubastek up the far side. Peters Township looks it over, and here they come. Chipping and dumping. Ivanchik back behind the net. Stutzman trying to find an exit here for USC. Peters Township turns it back. Tier looks it over. 90 seconds now left here in period number 2. Battle down low. Ivanchik back to Mayetta at the point. Now swinging it down low. Hilawati. Ivanchik in tight off the iron. USC gets a steal. And here comes some hustle. Ruffner taken down by Mayetta. And much to the chagrin of the Upper St. Clair faithful, there is no call. Hilwati back the other way, drop pass, has a man, McNeely shot, save made, rebound back to the net, save and kept out. Denial seems it had to come. Owen Laurent, big play. As Carter Manili, a golden chance to get it started in the follow-up there for Hilawati. And Owen Laurent keeps it out. The locals, or at least the home crowd, would have been restless had that one gone in because they feel there's a penalty. Should have been caught on the previous play. Under a minute, just about 55 ticks left on this opening period. Second period clock, that is. Face-off one by Peters Township. Fired wide. Set up. Steubenrock reversing it to Schuster. Double teamed in the corner. Steal. Holler and shot. Blocked wide. Good job by Steubenrock to get in front of that one. Back to the PT end. Indians turn it back. Spera finds Gallardini. Good look. Steubenrock in tight. Backhander in front. Save made by Herman. And unable to locate that rebound with Spera. Peters Township clears. Good hustle by Schuster there as he had Brady Holleran bearing down on him. Sheegan Sanowski with the final 5 of the period. Tries to clear it out. USC with 2 seconds left in the period. Chipped in by Gallardini as the horn sounds to end period number 2. 2 chapters written here at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon. Your score after 2. In this AAA battle between South Hills rivals, it's Upper St. Clair 2 and Peters Township 1. We'll take a break and we'll be back with the third period in just a little bit. You are watching PIHL High School Hockey Night live on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Has Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Schuster steps into Hilawati. Around the horn it goes. Back to the left point. Looking it over. Through traffic. Score! Brendan Monco with the rip from the left point. And Peters Township draws first blood. Not sure if it was. Lead feed up the left side. Good speed here for Brady Holleran. Holleran cut off on a good defensive play by Jake Tier. Coming back. Rister coming. Blockered out a play by Laurent. Out it comes. Upper St. Clair trying to find the exit here. Up the right side. Good move. in tight. Score! Upper St. Clair gets the equalizer. Here comes an opportunity now for Connor Ruffner. Ruffner enters. Puck goes all the way to the Peters Township net. And Tony Herman will cover that up and hold. Puck play to the net, and Herman cuts it all and bumpy, but that shot was smooth. USC back the other way. Rising wrister fought off the glove of back out the other way. Breakout, chipped on. As Weston Engelbert tried to make a self-pass. Back the other way comes Peters Township. Brady Holleran. He's rubbed out on a big body. It's Brady Holleran. Final 5 of this power play. Holleran all the way in. Centers, nobody home. Loose puck set up. Wrister coming. Laurent makes the stop as the penalty. And they are 0 for 1 on the night. Gallardini had a pretty goal to tie it up. Good feed here. Spera trying to juggle that puck. That big come from behind. 20-19 victory over Pine Richland at Acrisure Stadium. As this is backhanded towards the net and stopped. Spera put it on. Down low. And over to the wall again it goes. Shigan-Sanowski to Spera. Spera from his knees finds Shigan-Sanowski. Good centering pass. Score! Nico Gallardini puts the mesh in motion. Try the night for the Indians. Trying to knot this game up. Cutter Manila to the right point. Now to Monco. Looks it over. Big shot. Save made. Laurent finds the rebound. And Peters Township gets it out. 2-on-1 developing. Up the right side. Schleiper has a man go to the net. Save made. Rebound kept out. And go. In front of the net. Caslin trying to bang it in. Save made by Herman. Loose puck to Tier. Shot. And it's fought off. I think it was keep USC off the board. Puck dumped back into the Peters Township zone. Monco lead feed up the right side. LaMagna to the net. Save made. Rebound. And it's kept. Hilwadi back the other way. Drop pass. Has a man. Manili shot. Save made. Rebound back to the net. Save and kept out. Denial seems it had to come.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
space. Hewitt turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Back here at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, getting the third period underway in this Class AAA matchup between Upper St. Clair and Peters Township. The Panthers leading the Indians 2-1 as we get ready for the third period here. You're watching PIHL High School Hockey Night live on TenbandTV. Matt Vandriak with you here tonight. Scoring looks like this. Peters Township scored first. USC got the next two, one in the first, one in the second for the Panthers. The Indians, of course, tailing in that opening period. 4:09 into the game. It was Brendan Monco for Peters Township, his third of the season, set up by Blake Ivanchik and Jake Hilwati. And in the second period, USC got the in the first period, USC got the equalizer at the 7:24 mark. Nico Gallardini, set up by Quinn Caslin. And then at the 4:42 mark of period number two, it was Gallardini, his second of the night. Nevin Sheegan-Sanowski got the only assist. Shots on goal so far through two periods. Upper St. Clair 17 on the night, 12 in the first, 5 in the second. Peters Township 9 shots, 7 in the first, just 2 in the second period. Big goose egg for both sides with the man advantage. Peters Township 0 for 2 on the evening with the power play. Upper St. Clair 0 for 1. As we get ready to start this third period, fresh sheet of ice out here. And we're at it. Right to left, USC moves. Peters Township the opposite way. Indians setting up to get it out. Second and final regular season meeting between these two Route 19 rivals. As Carter Maneely, good feed. Hilwati can't turn it over. He'll bring it back. Hilwati shoots through traffic. I think Tier got a piece of it. Perhaps the keeper got some as well. That fresh sheet is the puck moving quick and icing the call against USC. But Peters Township got the W back on November the 18th, 3-1. The victory at the Prince Cape Arena at South Point. USC led that game 1-0. Nevin Shigensanowski tallied, but Peters Township 2 second period goals. Brendan Monco and Jake Kilwadi scored. An empty net goal by Zach Manili. Shea LaMagna had 2 assists for Peters Township in that win, and Anthony Herman stopped 26 of 27 shots. The goal in the net to our right. Owen Laurent, 38 saves on 40 tries in the losing effort. And he makes his 9th save of the night there from the right point. As Peters Township's Eric Schleiper put it on. And a little G Love glove save there for Laurent. First of 2 here for you on 10-Band TV tonight, as we will have the open class matchup between Carrick and Trinity coming up. Face off at 9 o'clock, so make sure you keep it here. Here comes Shigensanowski back with speed. Wrister, save made. He's fighting it off for Peters Township was Tony Herman. Castlin pushing it down low, back behind the net, centering try to the right point. Tear steps into it. And the glove stop made with traffic. Tony Herman. Big stop there to keep the deficit 1 for the Indians. Face off in the right circle to the left of the Peters Township, and it goes right to the Peters Township net where it's juggled and held by Tony Herman. Do it again, same spot. USC wins the draw. Gallardini to York, back to Gallardini. Gallardini in front, the redirect by Stutzman goes just wide. Comes out to the point. Castlin, cut off. And Peters Township gets it out. Yossi chips it ahead. Bodies bang here, losing his stick. Was Kubastek as he collided with York. And now here comes USC out. York moves it ahead to Stutzman. Cut off. Kubasek ahead to Yossi. Yossi shot wide, loose in front, up and over the net. As Caputo somehow found that puck and almost turned it into a good scoring chance. Stutzman ahead, shipped in there by Weston Engelbert. And USC going to change lines here as Peters Township regroups in their own end. Up the near side, trying to break it out. Here's Mayetta. Mayetta goes coast to coast, dumps it in. Off the end, boards and around. Hilwadi sends it back. Ivanchik. Big collision in front of the net. Manili's felt on the play. Ian Stubenrock. Centering feed. Nobody home. Second try for Peters Township. Great look in front. Manili, though, the puck bouncing, unable to turn that shot over. USC backing out to center red. Kubastek going to throw it all the way back to the net. Laurent will stick it aside. Setting it up is Upper St. Clair. Trying to clear out. This is going to be a high stick against Hilwadi. USC, they're going to get it there, so I thought that Kashani might have touched it, but the far official sees otherwise, and will draw it back into the Peters Township zone. Face off in the PT zone to our right. And the Indians win the defensive zone draw, but they can't clear it out. Casson at the right point puts it on. Caslin, that is, puts it on. And now a chance as it's fed back into the USC end, but the Panthers clear. Dumped in. Right side of the red line, though, for Peters Township, so no icing. And the Panthers square up, look it over, send it out, lead feet ahead. Gallardini tracks it down. He has two. Wrister coming, blocked by Monco. Gallardini gets it back, but Monco recovers to cut him off. Good defensive work there by Brendan Monco. Now back the other way. Hilawati circles, centers, and Manili unable to redirect it home. Urban sets back at center red into the Peters Township end here. Joe Sadowski finds Hilawati. Hilawati up the far side, looks for Manili. Unable to get it out. USC will take over there, set it back to their own zone, and chipped ahead here by Ryan Sparrow. Ivanchik makes the steal, and he gets run over by Sparrow. Tough angle shot, save made on Holleran, as Sparrow brings the boom. Peters Township offside, so the Indians need to touch up, give Upper St. Clair an exit strategy here. Up the near side. Shigan-Sanowski dumps it in. Peters Township player lost his edge, and then Sadowski tripped up a USC player, and that's going to be a Panthers power play. As Sadowski going to be called for the trip, and USC will get their second try with the man advantage here and a chance to stake a 2-goal lead with 12:18 left here in the third period. Face-off one. So Sadowski called for tripping. USC point-to-point pass. Big rip by Shigan-Sanowski, and the stick save made. Peters Township gets the clear. Strong night in net by Tony Herman. 30 seconds into this power play. Back out with it here. Panthers, Schuster just running through. LaMagna lost his stick, though. Stutzman jumps in to help out. Puck played back behind the USC net. And out they come. 1:05 left in the power play. Here comes a chance. Rashad score! PPG for USC. Nevin Shigan-Sanowski. Red light activated. 3-1 Upper St. Clair. And on the second power play try of the night, Upper St. Clair ups their lead to 2. And Nevin Shigan-Sanowski, his 7th of the season, will tie Nico Gallardini for the team lead as Gallardini has the other 2. Panthers goals here tonight, but that was a big one. Puck chipped ahead here by Sam Kashani. Comes the only assist given to Justin Schuster. And now back, Caputo had a good look, but he fired wide. It's the heavy line out here for Peters Township. Zach Manili, who had the ENG to ice away the last game between these two. Left point try through traffic, deflected wide in front of the net, and almost getting the deflection there was Manili. Kashani brings it back one-on-one. Tries to turn it over. Herman cuts it off. As Maeda, a nice job to poke it away, and to his keeper who gained control. So the official tally on that goal. Shigan-Sanowski, the power play goal. And the assist to Justin Schuster. Peters Township comes out with it. And they come back 3-on-3. Hilwadi, good stick work there by Schuster, who got the assist and makes the defensive zone work as well. 2 players collide as Hilwadi and Stutzman, I don't think they saw each other. Long shot, score! Monco from the point. And it's redirected in front. And Peters Township within a goal. Not sure who touched it. Manili, the first man to the bench. So it looks like Carter Manili. So Monco with the rip, Manili with the tip. And Peters Township within a goal. Shigan-Sanowski scoring at the 8:41 mark of the period. Sorry, the 5:41 mark of the period. Peters Township gets a big one to get within one. So 3-2. Panthers on top. From the point. Schleiper scores! Eric Schleiper with a rip from the right point. And Peters Township with 2 quick goals has tied the game at 3 with 9:36 left here in this third period. Manili got the second. Monco got the assist at the 7:07 mark. Now Peters Township tying it up. 2 quick goals. Goals that were 16 seconds apart, I believe. USC with a chance. Shigan-Sanowski from the left circle. And the glove save made by Herman. Those goals came 17 seconds apart. And it's being officially credited to Blake Ivanchik. But I think that it was Carter Manili who got that redirect. Hilwadian will get the assist as we have a stop and play, an equipment issue here. Spera readjusting his lid. Face off and a big check in the corner. Shigan-Sanowski finishing off Maeda. And USC dumps it back in. This out of play. And a neutral zone draw coming up here. So 2-1. Upper St. Clair led after 2. These teams have combined for 3 goals here in this third period. Nevin Shigan-Sanowski on the power play at the 5:41 mark. Carter Manili for Peters Township with the 7:07 mark. And then 17 seconds later, it's being scored as Blake Ivanchik from Jake Hilwadi. Over to the circle, Steele. Back the other way comes Holleran. Lead feed to Newpaver. Newpaver drives to the net, he can't turn it over. And then a Peters Township player felled by Stubenrock. Physicality picking up a little bit here. Newpaver. Cut off on the play by Shigan-Sanowski. From the point, shot there, fired wide. Fed back, pad save, rebound, backhand, score! Cole Newpaver! And Peters Township has scored 3 goals in 59 seconds. To take a 4-3 lead with 8:06 left, Newpaver puts it home. And Peters Township on top for the first time since way back in the opening period. For Newpaver in his second game of the season since coming back from football, gets his first goal of the campaign. Tear, felled as he enters the zone. Monco takes him down. Here come the Indians back again. Dowden, shot, glove down, and played on by the keeper, Owen Laurent. Comes USC back. Sam Kishani finds Luca, who has his pocket picked. Hardaby, rising shot, glove save, rebound loose, and Laurent covers it up. As Mateo Hardaby had a good opportunity there for Peters Township. So Ivanchik is getting credit for the third Peters Township goal from Hilwadi. I feel like Schleiper deserves an assist on that, though. He's the man who shot it from the point. LeMagna and Kubastek get the assists on Newpaver's first of the season. As Peters Township scoring 3 goals in a minute and 47 seconds. That shows you how I was a journalism major, because math I'm terrible at. As back the other way, Ruffner's his pocket picked. And Peters Township offsides. Goodness, a lot to recap here in this third period. 2-1, USC led after 2. Shigensanowski with the power play goal at 5:41 made it 3-1 Panthers. And Peters Township gets 3 in a minute and 47 seconds, including 2, 17 seconds apart. Carter Manili from Brendan Monco made it 3-2 at the 7:07 mark. Blake Ivanchik from Jake Hilwadi made it 3-3 at the 7:24 mark. And then Cole Newpaver from Shayla Magna and Jack Kubastek at the 8:54 mark give the Indians their first lead since the 4:09 mark of period number 1, way back when Monco tallied the first goal of the night. Shigensanowski, nice drop pass. Penalty coming up. As he found Ruffner, and Ruffner was taken down. Tier through traffic, gloved out of the atmosphere and held on to by Tony Herman, but to the sin bin will go Peters Township. And Upper St. Clair will get their third power play chance of the night. The Panthers 1 for 2 on the evening. As we have a hooking call coming up here. And Jack Kubastek, in the words of Allison Chains, will be the man in the box. Face off over to the Peters Township zone. 2 are left. So big chance here for USC to try to get the equalizer as the momentum is swung into the visitors' favor with 3 quick goals in the third period to rally from a 2-goal deficit. Back into the Upper St. Clair end. And here we go. Luca bearing down on the defense there of Peters Township. That's Eric Schleiper. Schleiper double team, but able to come away with the puck. Peters Township trying to work their way out. They come back shorthanded, 3-on-3. They'll dump and chase as the penalty killers circle back. Here comes Shigensanowski. He's going to go coast to coast. Shigensanowski drags and drives. Shigensanowski in front. Big save made as Tony Herman with traffic in front keeps it out. Rebound loose. USC keeps it, trying to come back to the point, and it's going to bounce out to Schuster. But I think I see the sheriff to my right loosening his handcuffs because Herman just committed robbery with that save. All the way back to the USC end. USC trying to get it. And the net off the moorings. .27 seconds left on this Upper St. Clair power play. The Panthers' third try of the night. Hooking was the call to Kubastek. And a USC player fouled. Panthers drive it in. This one towards the net. USC wanted a second penalty and not getting it. And now Peters Township back the other way. Shorthand, here comes Holleran. 1-on-3. Holleran puts the brakes on. Centers in front looking for Newpaver. And he can't direct it home. Upper St. Clair back the other way. Tear trying to get through everybody. Has it turned back by Holleran, who's had a stellar penalty kill. And the Indians get the kill. We're back to even strength. USC falls to 1 for 3 with the man advantage tonight. And the score remains 4-3 in favor of the Indians as this one's headed towards the stands. Didn't quite get over the glass. Back with it comes Upper St. Clair. Glove down by Monco on the far side. Chipped into the USC bench by Zach Manili. And we'll neutral zone draw it here. 4:08 left in this third period. Face off at center red. Kashani trying to go through everybody. Back the other way. It's going to be Nicholas Caputo, who dumps and chases. Gallardini, who has two. Back the other way for USC. Gallardini, tough angle shot, and it's blocked. Well defended by Peters Township. Was getting a stick on that was Jack Kubistek. And we'll do it again in the PTN. To our left here. We're going to take the draw over to the right circle. 3:45 left in regulation. Upper St. Clair once had a 3-1 lead. Then Peters Township struck for 3 goals in 1 minute and 47 seconds, including the first two 17 seconds apart. They lead 4-3. Now Caputo back. Nice feed. Turning and losing his edge for Peters Township. There was Hardoby. Kashani. Schleiper steals for Peters Township. He'll dump it in. Back behind the net. Stubenrock up the right side. And his lead feed here goes to Kashani 1-on-2. Kashani pushes it towards the net where it's sticked aside by Tony Herman. Herman coming up big early in this game for Peters Township. Bouncing puck back to the USC zone. Stubenrock finds it there. He skates around, little drop pass to the defense partner. That's where Schuster waits. Caputo steps into him. USC chipping it back to the Peters Township end, but from the wrong end of the red line if you're a Panther. And the face-off back into the home zone to our right with 2:48 left here in period number 3. Face-off won by Peters Township. From the left point, bouncing puck. Carter Manili can't find it, so it comes back to Monco. Stiff pass over here to his defense partner, Mayetta. Mayetta retreats, now clears it out. Maybe a chance back the other way. Hilwadi able to flag the puck down. Hilwadi tries to go down low, but Jake Tier able to take it away. Jordan Luca dumps it back behind the Peters Township net. Lead feed too far. And icing the call against the Indians brings the face-off back in the visitor zone to our left. 2:18 left here in regulation. And a 4-3 Peters Township lead. USC going to pull the goalie, it looks like. They're going to take a timeout first as Dave Stock wants to talk it over. Talked about Jake Newpaver being a part of the Peters Township football team that won the 5A championship with that come-from-behind victory over Pine Richland a couple weeks ago at Acrisure Stadium, and then the Indians falling just short in the state semifinals. We have one state football final in. The Clairton Bears are back in the saddle again. They are your PIHL Class 1A champions as they mow down Bishop Guilfoyle 35-3 this evening. So USC takes the TO. They pull the goalie. Net empty to our right. 2:18 left in regulation. Peters Township on top 4-3. The Indians led 1-0 before Upper St. Clair would get the next two. Then would have a power play goal in the third period, but Peters Township had other thoughts. 2 goals, 17 seconds apart, and 3 in a minute and 47 seconds puts us where we're at now. Indians win. Long try there, going to be wide. As Monco sent it towards the empty net. And that's a break for Upper St. Clair's. The faceoff will stay in the visitor zone to our right. Peters Township wins it again. Trying to just get it out. Meneely finds it. Has Ivanchik ahead, but Upper St. Clair offside, but they'll take it because Ivanchik would have been streaking towards an empty net had Tier not done what he did. And we'll face it off again. This time in the neutral zone, and they're going to send the keeper back into the net. And Upper St. Clair wins the draw. Sheegan Sanowski enters the zone to the left circle, backhander blocked. Good job by Mayetta for Peters Township to get in front of it. Around to the far side, Terror taken out on a solid body bump over there by Carter Meneely. 4-man scrum ensues. Tier going to play it back behind the net. Sheegan Sanowski, the first man there. Extra attacker on, empty net for USC. Loose puck. Stutzman through traffic. Blocker save made by Herman. Follow-up try fought off and fed out. This puck's rolling towards the empty net, and it's going to go! Peters Township gets the ENG with 1:33 left in the third period. And I believe it's going to be Hilwadi's goal. And Peters Township may have just told the fat lady to put the hot dog down and start singing. Four third-period goals for the Indians. Stakes them to a 5-3 lead. With 1:33 left here in regulation, and I'll wait for the announcement on that goal. But Upper St. Clair 2-on-1 back the other way. Newpaver, wrister, save made. Rebound, denial. Sprawling out and making the stop is Laurent, and the net comes off the moorings. Quite have the official announcement on that goal just yet. The ENG, the assist at least. Here it is. And Hilwadi gets the unassisted tally and the empty net goal, which may be the nail in the coffin. Final 60 here of regulation. LaMagna. Net empty still to our right, so Upper St. Clair trying to rally back here with 50 seconds left. Bodies banging in the corner. And Newpaver, who's back in the saddle, has a goal here in his second game back. Centering try, loose, kept out, still loose. And we have a hand pass, or the net, the net's off. USC player put their hand on the puck. I mean, that would be grounds for a penalty, Shell, but I think they're just calling the net off the moorings there. ENG. So, Hilwadi for Peters Township gets 2 assists here on the evening. So he gets 2 points. He has an assist earlier and then gets a goal. Left point shot wide. And now a break back the other way. Peters Township maybe looking for one more. Meneely finishes it. Zach Meneely, the second ENG of the night for Peters Township, and Meneely's second empty net goal against USC makes it a 6-3 Peters Township lead with 13.5 seconds left here in regulation. So the Indians striking for 5 goals here in the third period. And they lead 6-3. Schuster moves it ahead. Sheegan Sanowski rising shot. And the glove stop made by Tony Herman, who has been strong for Peters Township here tonight. Herman stopping 28 of 31 shots. This one sent the length of the ice as the horn sounds. The comeback, big for Peters Township here tonight. The Indians tally 5 in the third period, and they defeat Upper St. Clair by the count of 6-3. So with the win, Kovac and Dowden get the assists on the empty net goal by Manili, and Peters Township gets the win. The Indians now 7-2-1 in the season, 22 points they improve to Upper St. Clair, falls to 4-6-2, and they stay logged with 13 points. Up next, Peters Township, 2 games on tap next week, starting with a showdown against the top team in AAA. Tuesday night, they'll take on Seneca Valley at the Princecape Arena in South Point. The Indians then will take on Mount Lebanon next Thursday night at the Mount Lebo Ice Center. Upper St. Clair, they take on Thomas Jefferson in their next outing right here at the Ice Castle next Thursday night. December the 11th, that game will be on TenbandTV as well. Final score, Peters Township comes back. They defeat Upper St. Clair 6-3. And before we just go, I'm going to say one more time, condolences, prayers to the Upper St. Clair hockey family, mourning the sudden and unexpected loss of former player Connor McQuaid, who graduated in 2024. Our thoughts, solace, and somberness with Upper St. Clair. 6-3, the Indians win here tonight from the Ice Castle. Thanks for watching PIHL High School Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Schuster steps into Hilawati. Around the horn it goes. Back to the left point. Looking it over, through traffic, score! Brendan Monco with the rip from the left point. And Peters Township draws first blood. Not sure if it was. Lead feed up the left side. Good speed here for Brady Holleran. Holleran cut off on a good defensive play by Jake Tier. Coming back, Rister coming, blockered out a play by Laurent. Out it comes. Upper St. Clair trying to find the exit here. Up the right side, good move. In tight, score! Upper St. Clair gets the equalizer. Here comes an opportunity now for Connor Ruffner. Ruffner enters. Puck goes all the way to the Peters Township net. And Tony Herman will cover that up and hold. Puck play to the net, and Herman cuts it all and bumpy, but that shot was smooth. USC back the other way. Rising Rister fought off the glove of back out the other way. Breakout, chipped on. As Weston Engelbert tried to make a self-pass. Back the other way comes Peters Township, Brady Holleran. He's rubbed out on a big body. It's Brady Holleran. Final 5 of this power play. Holleran all the way in, centers, nobody home. Loose puck set up, Rister coming. Laurent makes the stop. Has the penalty, and they are 0 for 1 on the night. Gallardini had a pretty goal to tie it up. Good feed here. Spera trying to juggle that puck. That big come from behind. 20-19 victory over Pine Richland at Acrisure Stadium. As this is backhanded towards the net and stopped. Spera put it on. Down low. And over to the wall again it goes. Sheegan-Sanowski to Spera. Spera from his knees finds Sheegan-Sanowski. Good centering pass, score! Nico Gallardini puts the mesh in motion. Try the night for the Indians. Trying to knot this game up. Cutter Manila to the right point. Now to Monco, looks it over, big shot, save made. Laurent finds the rebound. And Peters Township gets it out, 2-on-1 developing. Up the right side, Schleiper has a man go to the net, save made, rebound kept out. And go in front of the net. Caslin trying to bang it in, save made by Herman. Loose puck to Tier, shot, and it's fought off. I think it was keep USC off the board. Puck dumped back into the Peters Township zone. Monco lead feed up the right side. LaMagna to the net, save made, rebound, and it's kept. Hilwadi back the other way, drop pass, has a man, Manili shot, save made, rebound back to the net, save and kept out. Denial seems it had. The goal in the net to our right, Owen Laurent, 38 saves on 40 tries in the losing effort, and he makes his 9th save of the night there. Was Tony Herman. Castlin pushing it down low, back behind the net, centering try to the right point. Thurs steps into it, and the glove. So Sadowski called for tripping. USC point-to-point pass, big rip by Sheegan Sadowski. Puck played back behind the USC net, and out they come. 1:05 left in the power play. Here comes a chance. Rashad score! PPG for USC. Nevin there by Schuster, who got the assist and makes the defensive zone work as well. Two players collide as Hilwadi and Stutzman, I don't think they saw each other. Long shot, score! Monco from the point, and it's redirected in front. Peters Township gets a big one to get within one. So 3-2, Panthers on top. From the point, Schleiper scores! Eric Schleiper with a rip from the right point, and tying it up. 2 quick goals. Goals that were 16 seconds apart, I believe. USC with a chance. Sheegan Sanowski from the left circle, and the glove save made. Point shot there, fired wide. Fed back, pad save, rebound, backhand score! Cole Newpaver. Back, Sam Kishani finds Luca, who has his pocket picked. Hardeby, rising shot, glove save, rebound loose, and Laurent covers it up. Sheegan Sanowski's going to go coast to coast. Sheegan Sanowski drags and drives. Sheegan Sanowski in front. Big save made. Loose puck. Stutzman through traffic. Blocker save made by Herman. Follow-up try fought off and fed out. This puck's rolling towards the empty net, and it's going to go! Peters Township gets the ENG with 1:33 left. 2-on-1 back the other way. Newpaver, wrister, save made, rebound, denial. Sprawling Newpaver, who's back in the saddle, has a goal here in his second game back. Centering try, loose, kept out, still loose, and we have a hand. And now a break back the other way. Peters Township maybe looking for one more. Manili finishes it. Zach Manili. Schuster moves it ahead. Sheegan Sanowski rising shot. And the glove stop made. The Indians tally 5 in the third period, and they defeat Upper St. Clair by the count of 6-3.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.